yeah, this is why like a testing stream is needed. I still need a lot of things I still have to do. The audio thing is fixed at the moment. You know, like, it's really funny how I actually managed to make this thing work. Why you are hearing double voice is because I'm beaming two audio using the OBS teleport. One is the main audio, like everything my OBS is like doing in my gaming PC, beaming to my streaming PC. You will hear like the gaming PC and streaming PC a lot. So the audio and the visual is beaming into streaming PC, but I have two sets of audio. One is my mic only, and the other thing is everything about the teleport. Everything my OBS does is hearing it and beaming into my streaming rig. Why I do that is because, again, my Vtube Studio, I'm using a mic input to sort of like detect my lip sync. So when it detects any volume of voices, it will, depends how loud it is, it will open up my mouth by how loud it is. Because Vtube Studio default like tracking system is pretty shit. So my mouth barely open unless I amp it up like in some very ridiculous way. So I'm using a mic to kind of like detect my volume and like my frequencies to form my mouth. So my word end up being quite accurate, but not exactly accurate. You know that? Like those kind of things. And how do I actually manage to do that? Because here's the thing. My mic actually is connecting to my gaming PC. Yes, my mic is actually connecting to my gaming PC because I do not want to run Discord in my streaming rig. Because it's old ass computers, it's going to explode if I run too many things. So right now I'm still running this, want to run my voice and like Discord, like the rest of the stuff still on my gaming PC, and my streaming rig is only handling the streaming side and my Vtube Studio. So right now I do not have the camera and the Vtube Studio running on my computers, which also eats up around if I combine Vtube Studio, VBridges, and DroidCam, is basically a software that turns my phone into a webcam. All those things add together is more or less 25 to 30% of CPU processing power. So with that include the games that I'm running and also the Discord, it would max out way too much for my computers to handle it. And around that time, I also have to stream and code the thing to beam it out as like as stream, of course. That would overload my computers. So I'm using a separate rig. I also, here's the thing, when it comes to VTuber, best choice, I mean like best choice is literally have another computer to handle your VTube Studio and your streaming, because you have way too many things are running behind the scene. Just VTube Studio alone, if you are not doing any other stuff like me, like go fancy, like V-bridges, this and that, yeah, that stuff, like if you didn't go too fancy, it's still tanking your computers if you do not have like a decent thing. I literally have a Ryzen 5 like 5800X, so it's like the strongest Ryzen you can find. Even I having that like have issues running everything at the same time. Like I have a 2080. Yes, 2080 is not that strong, but it's still a very strong graphic card. And even that like have some issues to run. Like this is why having dual streaming rig is actually really benefit your like VTuber streaming career, because it's not that taxing to your computers if you run those kind of things. So you can run more stuff without any issues. There's a reason why most VTuber, they are doing like just chat, and sometimes they just do like low effort game to stream. When they try to stream any like high fidelity game like Borderlands 3, even just Borderlands 2, it would be the frame rate, the FPS of the game is just shitty. It's because it's running a lot of stuff behind the scene. So currently I move out. Back then, like, because I still have a decent computers, I still technically can run the game and Vtube Studio behind the scene and play a decent amount of game. But when it comes to much more higher fidelity game, like I've been playing Zoo Planet for a while, because Zoo Planet is actually a very like heavy CPU game. And then also a few other games like Remnant 2 or Resident Evil 4 Remake. Just Resident Evil 4 Remake. This like that thing, every single time I can run like the highest end of like all setting. But when I have my Vtube Studio on and the OBS on trying to encode anything, everything would just went haywire. The frame rate would dip to like 2-3 frame rate. I'm not kidding about that. And unless I tone down my graphic into lowest of the low, shitty graphic, and then everything would work much more smoothly. I have to like work finesse with a lot of stuff to kind of like run in medium graphic, but they kind of like work under like slightly in between like 45 frame to like 60 frame per second. I'm a graphic freak, okay? I learned how to set my graphic from like Total Biscuit era, may he rest in peace. But still, yeah, I'm kind of a graphic freak because of him. But yeah, it kind of ticked me off, like seeing like some of the things is not working in a very optimized way. So I spend quite a lot of time just to tweak it perfectly, running in medium and decent graphic, and also have a decent frame rate around that time. But when I'm not streaming, I do really want to max out all my graphic as much as possible. But it's not really possible when I have a Vtube Studio running behind the background, and then OBS like trying their best to like encode with what scrap is left like within the CPU and GPU. And trust me, like it's very GPU taxing. This thing is very OBS running stream is very GPU taxing. So does the game. So does Vtube Studio. So it's like even with a 2080, it would have like some issue running. Unless I'm running like 4090. Then I can run everything in like one computers. So again, I would separate this as a very important advice. If anyone here is a VTuber or you have a friend as a VTuber, let them know you can literally have the shittiest computers in the world and try to learn what is OBS teleport. Teleport your game to your very shitty computers. Let your very shitty computers or laptop literally run the encoding. It would literally makes everything better. If you are even more tech savvy like me, I'm separating my audio and then do the funniest shit is like, you know, you can have like a speaker output, right? So I'm outputting my speaker back into my mic. Why I do that is because I do not have a mic sort of like splitter for my gaming computers to my streaming computers. So I only have my mic plug on my gaming computers. Funny as shit is, actually it works. Because I need another mic output from my streaming computers for my Vtube Studio to run. So I'm literally using my speakers and then use like the feedback system so you can hear your own like OBS like sound effect, this and that, yeah, that stuff. So I'm using that feedback, that only feedback that is like functioning inside my streaming rig OBS, and then when I talk, like the feedback will come out and then come out to the speaker, which is not speakers anymore, it's just directly output loop back to the mic. So it kind of become a mic. And using that to let my Vtube Studio hear the echo that way. So my mouth right now is like syncing very perfectly. Mwah. Nice. this is why my lips is like syncing quite well while I'm talking, is because I'm using I don't think a lot of people actually know this part. You can actually use VTube Studio to do quite a lot of stuff, especially like if you have like lip syncing issues. I can teach you guys how to make your lips sync almost exactly, but I think I just like recorded in a separate like video episode, because I'm currently like one